Alright guys, here we are with a new episode. Today we finally get to with the Ferrari again. We're incredibly hyped, we notice you guys love it too. And that gives us an extra energy boost. In this episode, we're going to give it our all to start the car. We haven't heard the car yet, but the previous owner promised us the car should just start. We can't just start it though, because the car has been sitting for 2 years. So what we are going to do in this episode is, we're going to drain the engine oil, fill it up with new engine oil, flush it, and see if the car will start. That's obviously a very important component to move forward with the car. What we know about the engine is that there was a company before us that did something. Research has been conducted, and then the exhaust has been dismantled. As you can see, we are missing a rather large component here, named the exhaust. We will now first mount it before we move on to the car. We naturally want to get the cleanest possible sound out of the car to fix everything. Can be judged by sound, by vibration, by resonance, by noise. Just one more thing. Why is there so much oil here? Here we go. It's time to get our hands dirty. That's why we first pushed the car forward and then jacked it up, and put supports underneath, because you don't want a car to fall on you while you're lying under it. Then we started with the disassembly of the wheels. To disassemble the wheels, the back never comes off. Check out these wheel rims, they are super nice. He could use a cleanup. The brake pads need replacing, and so do the brake discs. But that's not the most important thing, guys. We first need to check if the engine is in good condition. I assume this will be quite a journey. To be able to remount the original Ferrari exhaust, the rear bumper needs to be disassembled first. In our case, it is attached with 2 nuts. Here I am looking for 2 lambda probes. They were not in the catalytic converters, but fortunately, they were present and had just been tucked away under the air filter. Here I was busy gathering all the gaskets, bolts, and nuts for our exhaust system. They were also ordered by the previous company, and that's of course our job to put together, because we don't want to start working with rusty parts. Once I saw that the catalyst had to be in place, my little brother came to help me mount the exhaust, and it went quite smoothly. After that, the lambda sensors were next, and once they were secured, we could move on to the muffler. When the final silencer was installed, it was really just a matter of screwing everything tight, a huge support that actually holds the end, which you'll probably see in a bit. This is it. Once we had the spot, everything was secured. Quite a bit of rust and corrosion came off, as you can see, and then it was the ornament's turn. On the ornament, you see a vacuum valve system at the top. This valve system was rusted shut both on the left and right. I had to make it workable first because you just want a functioning intake and exhaust system. It's time now to get fresh fuel and a new battery for the Ferrari, because they are 2 essential things to start the Ferrari later on, and that's what we're doing now. Will do, let's go! We immediately got in the car to drive to our favorite part shop, and there they actually just sold us a generic brand battery for a really good deal. And I also bought a new drip tray, because here you can fit exactly 15 liters of oil, so we don't have to get started with various leaky tubs. Of course, we fill up our gasoline vehicles with 98. 95 is just a no-go, and you really need 98 in a car like a Ferrari to achieve the best combustion as well. Alright guys, it's a new day here. I'm super hyped because since we bought this little beast, we haven't heard it running yet. And before the movie is gonna rise, we're just gonna drain the engine again. 2 years ago, you had already parked the car, and the garage found that there was a lot of sludge in the oil, and then it was immediately changed. But since we obviously don't know if there's enough oil in the car, we'll just change it again and check it ourselves. Whether there's still real moisture in the oil, we want to diagnose it in our own way. By using an engine flush, putting in new oil, put in new gasoline. So what we're going to do now is drain the engine oil, and I'm incredibly curious. What type of oil comes out, whether there's moisture first then the oil, or if it's just a kind of sludge, or of course, whether it's just completely clean, because that's possible too. So we're going to drain it now, let's go. And then I slide our new drip tray under the Ferrari. First I'm going to check which Allen key I need. It's an Allen key size 10 and size 12. And here I am struggling to get the first spacer actually loose. Pretty tight. Afterwards, when I got this one off, it was actually all chocolate milk. While Daniel was turning the first drain plug, which actually which to my knowledge has never been opened. Definitely not 2 years ago at the previous garage, and the car was essentially set aside. This one, on the other hand, has also been open, because it is really super clean. Because here it really says Motori Olio, and at that other one it says... Thus, we also learn Italian, while Scarico Olio actually means oil plug or oil drain, drain plug. Really just a bit sludgy. I've seen this before in cars. When you unscrew the oil cap, it's kind of like, yes, mustard indeed on the oil cap. This one doesn't have that kind of oil cap, but I think it would be wise to flush the engine with a special engine flush. Yes, this one. So you throw this in later when the car has been on, it's at operating temperature. Then you add this and basically drain it off. And then, if all goes well, this should have removed all that dirt from the engine. Let's now tighten the drain plugs once all the oil has dripped out. Then we'll fill it up with clean oil and try to empty the gasoline tank if we can. Otherwise, just add fresh fuel. Then start up and see if it wants to start, and if it maintains a good temperature. Yes, I'm curious to see how this continues. It's then time to install our new battery. First, of course, the old one has to come out, and since we've never done this on a Ferrari before, I first took a good look at how to do it. Of course, don't break anything on a Ferrari. Once the battery was out, I laid it next to the other one, just checking if they're roughly the same size, and as you can see, it could finally be reassembled. And now we can move on with the Ferrari. Now that the battery is installed, I'm really curious to see what it looks like. I don't know if the roof is working now because, again, we haven't seen it working. Everything was explained to us at work, so we're just going to see if it now works. That all of this can happen through a battery. We just measured the other battery. It was 13.6 volts, you'd just say. Enough voltage, but I think just every time you energize it, it's so bad, actually. The battery that yes, gave an error. But Ferrari is just known for battery issues. Let's see if the drain plug is stuck, because it would be a real shame to pour in from the top, only to have it leak out the bottom. Check out our interior, isn't it just a beauty? Then it's time to remount the wheels on the car so we can lower it back down, because that's the only way to accurately measure the oil level. Of course, you wouldn't want to overfill the car. So we start with 8.5 liters of oil. You start it, let it warm up, and then if it's still necessary, you fill it up. Motor oil topped up with 8.5 liters. Now we can start the car when it's at the right temperature, and then we'll top it up. You obviously never want to overfill it because that's just not good for the engine. I do get alarmed by the amount of oil that comes out. And often you guys are the experts in the comments, so let me know what you think of the color and what our next steps should be. In a very short time, it just idled at their workshop and now we're taking it out again. I'm just curious what the oil will be like when we take it out again later. For now, just pour the oil back in the old oil can, and then I still know the amount. Look, if more than 10 liters come out, could it already indicate an internal leak, or the garage just filled it up wrong? We immediately started putting the used oil back into the oil cans to be able to measure the amount that has come out of the car. You can imagine we've got quite the craving for hot chocolate. I'm also here in the engine bay dealing with all the coil connectors of the coil. We're going to start the car soon without that. It's time to refuel. Normally you attach the tank to the car with a cord. It's broken off with us, unfortunately. So now against our, well... Alright guys, I think the moment has arrived that we've all been waiting for. First off, as I just mentioned, we're not going to start the car yet. We're just going to build up oil pressure. We also checked the coolant level. All good, we'll let it run for a bit. That's unique, we haven't all heard that yet. The well-known Ferrari start immobilizer, what does the fuel gauge show? Indeed, half a tank. That's what it indicates. And that is the oil pants gauge. Sounds pretty good, you know? I must say, no dissenting sounds so far, just neat, hard, it's going steady round, so now, this is not what you want as a Ferrari owner. Now put all the coil plugs back and then it's time to fire up. Let's go. Okay guys, all the coil connectors on. Time to start the Ferrari for the first time in 2 years. Well, that's it. It does sound a bit vague that it breaks down, but, well, not started for 2 years. At least this model hasn't been running for a long time. That it needs to start up 3 or 4 times to really keep going. This thing sounds crazy. And are you doing something or not? Yes, I'm giving it a little gas, but I also get a flashing engine management light, and I think it's not running on all cylinders. It does smell like fuel a lot. No, I would just let it run. Yes? Oh! A recoil, as if the injection isn't right, or a spark plug isn't running well. It does smell like gasoline. So it doesn't burn everything or something. Optimal. I don't know. What immediately strikes me is that I've started feeling the exhausts. I notice it's really just properly warm. And on the left, I can just hold on. That's what it means, and we now also know that the left side isn't working properly. So that's something we started investigating in the last episode, looking for where it comes from. I know they've put in new spark plugs, it's possible one is broken. We could also measure compression if needed. We can still do quite a bit of research. We'll think about this for a bit, and let you know what you think of our Ferrari. How it came out of the engine, is it alarming? Do you think, could this just be from sitting too long and it needs to be properly flushed? So, let us know. And let us know what you think is wrong with our Ferrari, because we have a lot of experts among us. Give a thumbs up if you think this is a mega cool project. I'm totally hyped that the Ferrari even started. The roof was open, which is super nice. So we actually have a Ferrari in the workshop. Stay tuned because there's another new project coming up, a next project. Well, I'm not going to say too much about that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.